Welcome to the show, Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen or not. I wasn't sure if I was going to get on a for real phone call with the CEO of Battle Creek Games. But I did. I just got off the phone with him. Literally. I had to pull over because I was going to run out of signal if I kept on cruising. So I had to pull over and sit and talk with him for a little bit. And he's a very cool guy, very receptive from what I saw, and he's just a guy, and he's reaching out. I kind of respect it. I really respect it. He's like, man, I want to know a way I can make more money off of the game, but I don't want to alienate players, and I want to do it maybe a good way. And instead of me just doing ideas that I come up with, who's a good guy to talk to? And they decided me. And I guess he's going to talk to a couple other guys also. So I'm not the only one. I'm not that special. But I thought that was really, really cool. I was able to kind of give him some of my input. Now, I did not get into the scaling problem. I thought about that at the very end. I thought about talking to him about it, but it didn't really fit with the conversation we were having. And it also seemed like he had other things going on. So, didn't bring up the scaling problem, but I did bring up a lot of the problems with the map creator and the limited access we have as creators of the map, as in height restrictions, movement restrictions, prop restrictions, because they have props that we don't have access to. And anyways, they want to create a new program, content creator program. So it would be limited amount of people that might either have to pay or be chosen, I'm not sure, to get access to a much more robust map creator that would be, instead of on my cell phone with my fucking thumbs, it'll be on an actual computer. And then so basically creating a map for the game that's not just something anybody can create. It's going to be something special. And he's like, all right, how about this? We're going to create this map, and either you're going to have to pay to watch a fuckload of ads. He didn't say that. He didn't use that term, but I'm using that term. Watch a fuckload of ads before you can get to it. And then once you get it, and this was my idea, I was like, yeah, maybe you watch an ad and you get to play the map for 15 minutes or something like that. You get 15 minutes of access to the map, and then, boom, you're done. Your session's over. And they're like, oh, I'll just watch another ad to play it. But I don't know, unless it benefits him more. I said, no, put a restriction on it. Because obviously you want people to be incentivized to buy the memberships. You want them to buy the fucking membership. So instead of just making them watch one 30-second ad every 15 minutes, how about they're not banned, but they don't have access to that map again for another 4 hours, and then you pop it up, buy a membership. So that would be, everybody can play the map, no matter what. Everybody can go in, they can play the map, but you only get 15 minutes. And it's like, man, not cool. Not cool. I really want to play the map. I didn't even get to explore the entire map yet. I didn't even get over there and see what the hell's going on here. 15 minutes is a decent amount of time, but just think about it. It's like all the cool shit you got to drive past to get to the other side, to see the other shit on the other side, and then by the time you get over there, you only got fucking 6 minutes. You better explore quick. So I don't know. I kind of like that idea. Everybody gets access. Yeah, you got to pay. I'm sorry. But it's kind of, he was trying to kind of compare it to Roblox, where you got to buy Roblox. You got to buy shit. You got to buy in-game currency with real currency to have access to it. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm the right guy to be talking about making people pay to play. And he's like, well, no, you are the right guy. This is what I'm trying to meet in the middle. Because he's like, I could just throw all this shit up there and just say, no, everybody has to pay. He didn't say that, but that's kind of what he was, he could do that. He can make it to where, no, you got to pay to have the game. Everybody has to pay $5.99 a month to even play the game. He can do that. But he's really trying to meet in the middle and get some feedback and some brainstorming and stuff. And he was when the call first started, he's like, "Did you know anything about what?" I was like, "All I know is that he said I could generate real cash playing the game. Talk to you." So, and he's like, "Yes, yes." He's like, "Well, so let's just say you had the opportunity as a map creator to get paid up to $1,000 a month." Now I don't know. I don't know if he used exactly that metric. He definitely said $1,000 and month, but I don't know if it's up to or just $1,000 a month. It's like, hey, if I can make more than that, but the more I make, the more other people gonna need to pay. But yeah. So instead of making a map that just goes on a featured list for the game, this would be a map that goes up right next to the maps that are made for the game. Because right now there's like the stock maps. They have Tundra, which is the newest one. They have Stunt Park, which is just a big empty stunt. Well, not empty. There's a bunch of ramps and shit. Stunt Park, Tundra, Woodlands, and another one, Desert. And that's where you go and you can find hidden chests and get in-game currency. And now that was another thing. I was like, all right, would people be able to play these maps without paying money at all? Like, he's like, maybe with watching ads, but no, like gaining in-game currency, gold and dollars or whatever, cash, whatever it is. Gaining that is not going to get you access, because, and we talked about the hacking of the game also a little bit. I was like, yeah, well, people were able to hack into maps and stuff, and people are able to hack money. They're able to get into the files and change their money to $1 billion and a trillion gold, and then they can go through and buy anything and everything. But there are member vehicles only, but they could also hack that. They could hack it to make themselves a member. So I don't know. Oh shit, my helmet just fell off the fucking chair. So I don't know. Very, very interesting. Obviously, making money off of a video game would be very cool. And maybe this is something that I try to get into. Maybe I can put a little bit of my pussiness off to the side and start saying, you gotta pay, kids. You gotta get into your mama's wallet. You gotta get into your mama's wallet and get that money to play this game. Because honestly, this is a free game. You can just download it off Google Play. If you want to play Grand Theft Auto, obviously that's on the console, but if you want to play Grand Theft Auto, you gotta, even to this day, Grand Theft Auto 5, you gotta pay, bud. You gotta pay a fuckload of money. You can't do shit in the game. You can act like you're gonna go over there and fucking create, do some jobs and make some money. No, nobody's over there buying the brand new cars they just put out on Grand Theft Auto without either hacking or buying the shit. Maybe I just need to realize this is the way the world works. Sorry, Timmy. You gotta pay. You don't get access. If you want access to this, you gotta fucking watch YouTube. Watch YouTube and watch them people do it on YouTube. And that's only gonna light the fire a little bit more underneath this little Timmy's ass. Like, Mom, give me $4.99 a month. But right now, he said he does have it's $24.99 for a 6-month access to the game, to the membership level and whatnot. So I mean, there are discounts. He's not straight up robbing people. It's $25, and you're getting a pretty fucking good game. And I think it's really cool. He's like, I want to include the map creators on this too. So I don't know, guys. What should I do? Should I say no? Fuck you. I don't want people to pay to play the game. Your game. I don't want people to pay to play your game. What right do I have other than they're playing my stuff that I make? And that's not even a right. I'm using your stuff on your game to make maps that are only accessible in your game, you know. So I don't know. What the hell do I do here? Or do I go the other way and say these little fuckheads gotta pay? They gotta pay. You gotta pay, motherfucker. You gotta pay. Sorry, not sorry. That's the way the world is. I don't know. I could go total. I'm trying to meet in the middle here. I think you should have access, but give them 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you got to wait 4 hours. Watch another ad, boom, you can start playing. Unless you pay. You got to pay, bud. You're playing. You're getting a little taste. He also talked about maybe creating a map, but blocking access to other areas. Now, I do have, a little bit of knowledge in this when it comes to CarX Street. There's a whole nother part of the map, a whole nother section of the map that I don't have access to. And I'm not paying for it. I'm not giving them $10 more. Not doing it. But I'm stingy, and I tried to tell them that. I'm like, I'm also in a totally different guy. I got a family, I got a job, I got bills, I got things going on, and I don't really have the time to spend playing video games anymore. But if you change that and you start saying I'm gonna give you some money, bud, I'm gonna give you a little bit of money, and you just keep putting out that, I don't know, am I gonna be their hog? Or not hog? Am I gonna be their cow, their milk cow? Like, come on, keep on milking. You want that money? You got to keep milking. But I mean, it would be more of a job, but a job doing something that I like. And that would be really cool for them because they'd just be fucking broke, new, awesome, cool maps. And it's not going to be something free for people to just Timmy. The same Timmy that don't want to spend $4.99 is also not going to create a tiny little map with one fucking house in the middle. Because I'm telling you, the vast majority of the maps that are released on that game right now, if you go and you click and you look, they're fucking junk, dude. There's nothing on there. There's no time spent on any of these maps, and they're able to just put them out. Put out as many maps as they want of a fucking house. So, I don't know. Maybe this is something we also need to look into. And I need to talk to him about. But, hey, you need to get Timmy's maps out of here. Because right now, you go to the search bar, there's fucking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of maps. If not millions of maps that you guys are storing the data on a server somewhere. You could slash that into a quarter. Just get rid of all those fucking bullshit maps out of there. But it's like, how do you know? I don't know. Just get in there, and any map that hasn't been, updated more than twice in a certain amount of time, are just set to private. They're not deleted. They're just set to private. So it's like you're incentivizing people to keep updating their maps. You got to make a change, or at least you got to get back in there and hit save. And then also one thing that I kind of like that I still have access to editing my maps, even though I'm not a member. But new members that are now, I guess I'm grandfathered in some way, shape, or form. They can't get in there and just create a map now. They have to be a member to create a map. And it's like, if you're a paying member, yes, you can put a house in the middle of a field and upload it. Sure, you're paying to have that map out there. When that membership is gone, because if this turns into something, I'll pay for the membership. I mean, I don't think I should. I think maybe I could work a deal with these guys if I'm going to be one of their map creators, dev level map creators. I'm not paying to have access. I'm not a normie. Right now, I'm not even a normie right now. But anyways, I also talked about people stealing my name on the game. And I didn't mention it, but just put a star next to it. Just put a star next to me. Put a star next to my name in the game. So whenever I hop into a map and I see another guy with my name in my map claiming to be me, which has happened before, and I don't fight it. I'm not over here trying to fight with Timmy about who the real me is. I'm just like, and that's why I start going into games with not my real name. I just go in with Bog Hoss 396 or whatever the fuck, just a automatically generated name to go in to play my maps, because I don't want to fight. I just want to play the game. I want to look at stuff. I want to see what other people are doing, and I don't want them to know that it's me, because then I'm just going to be sitting there. People are going to be running into me the whole time and just following me around and stuff. I want to see what people are like naturally on the game. But this is big, guys. He said he's going to follow back up with me in a couple of weeks. I believe him. And maybe after some reflection, I will have a better idea of what I want out of the game. Now, this is gonna not be good for my family life. It's like I could sit here and play with my kids, or I could go downstairs, get on the computer, open up the dev level map creator that's going to pay me money. Maybe I could get my wife to do it. I'll be like, hey, babe, you don't have a job. I need you to do this. You love playing. She plays her little Switch and stuff. She loves doing all this stuff. But I need you to go in and start working on some maps. Just Google a fucking town and copy it down, and just put it in the game. Just update it. Put detail. Go through. Whatever you gotta do. Like, just play the game. It's gonna make us money, baby. That would be cool. Just kidding. My wife would not want to do that. And I really wouldn't want her doing it either. Unless she's interested in it. Hey, we're two separate people. You can get into this program also. It's not limited to just me. But I don't know, guys. But I'm very excited about where this is headed. Because I don't know, I don't know if this would, if I play ball, if I go along with things, maybe this could turn into something interesting I don't know. I have one meeting with the CEO, and I'm like, I work there now. I could quit my job now. I work for Battle Creek Games. No, not at all. But anyways, very, very interesting things going on. Very, very Oh, Carrot Top is on Joe Rogan. I need to watch that. Not watching it right now. I'm going to talk to you guys. So anyways, very, very interesting stuff going on with the video game stuff. Very, very interested. And now, so I was part of a group called Jeeps Gone Wild. I still am part of it. You know, it's just like, I don't know. You get on the game, you get on the Facebook, and then there's a bunch of guys that want to get together and create, you know, like we're part of a crew now. So I was part of the Jeeps Gone Wild crew, which is a bunch of middle-aged men that play the video game. And they look at it as, you know, it is a fun game, and they like to play it. I don't know if they play it that much anymore, but and I think the one guy kind of forgot that I was part of that. I don't know. But anyways, passing some houses. Literally passing some houses. There's a couple of houses on a trailer. On these, I just passed 2 houses. They're driving down the road. I don't know. It's like, because the last time I talked to those guys, and I'm still in the chat, but I don't know. Maybe this is more of a personal issue versus game issue, and I'll probably get in there and talk to them. But last thing I said was, hey, does anybody want to be on my podcast? Which is dumb. And nobody replied to me at all. And then nobody replied to anything at all in the chat for like a week or whatever. And then they just kind of put me in the back burner. Everybody read my message. They saw it in there. But hey, that's fine. Because they're cool guys. They're really cool guys. One guy works in a rock quarry. Another guy is down in Texas. Another guy is, I think he's over near the Ozarks. Another guy is, I don't know. They're all over the place. And there's one guy. He's in Arkansas. He's not quite in the Ozarks, but he builds real off-road vehicles and shit. And then we became friends through a video game and whatnot. But anyways, so I asked them to be on the podcast, any of them, and nobody even replied, reacted, or anything. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm out of my lane here, because they get in there and they have chats. They talk to each other. They share reels. They do all kinds of stuff. And I get in there every now and again, and I just see what's going on. But I don't really talk to them. So maybe it's on me. They're like, you're barely even a part of this fucking group here. What are you talking about? Now you want us on your podcast? So I guess I understand. I'm not going to hold any ill will against them, but I'm also debating on bringing any of this conversation into there, because I don't know. A lot of those guys have a bad taste in their mouths from this guy that I'm not the CEO, but the other guy that got me in contact with the CEO. They're not a big fan of him, but I'm probably going to talk to him about it. Probably going to go in there and just give him a little bit of information about what's going on. Be like, hey, and I want to bring them up too. So I need to go in there and just say, hey guys, you need to start working on your maps. If you have a map in the featured list, you need to start working on it. You need to work on it. You need to get a hold of the guy that you don't really like. You need to get it updated. You need to start, putting some time into these if you want to be a part of this thing that's going on. So anyways, my day today, other than that stuff, is going really well. I slept in, which I've decided it doesn't matter if I sleep in, because the place where I offload, it doesn't matter if I get there at 6 a.m. or I get there at noon. They're not going to be ready for me until they're ready for me. So I woke up at 8, which is late. I set alarms and I turned alarms off. So I knew I was sleeping in. I guess I just didn't care at the time. Woke up, ate some breakfast, got the truck fired up, and got the hell out of there. And went over, and I had to do some online trainings. I have railroad badges I'm supposed to have up to date, and they expire every year. And so there's a bunch of little fucking tests and shit that I gotta do. So I did some of those testing things while I was waiting. So instead of sitting there playing on my phone doing what I want to do, I figured while I'm getting paid to sit around, I might as well put my time into doing some testing because I have access to it on my tablet here. So I did that. Didn't finish them, but got some of them done, which is nice. And last night I went to my truck stop. I thought about going to the barbecue place, but they were kind of booked up. There wasn't. I definitely could have got my truck in there and everything, but I was like, I'm just gonna get on past it and go to my regular old truck stop. Get me my burger. Got me my burger, my fries, my drink, and it was delicious. It was very satisfying. Went to the hotel and laid down, and I saw a clip of Rob Schneider and Donnell Rawlings on Kill Tony. I saw a clip of them, and I said, holy shit, I need to go watch this, because I don't watch every single Kill Tony that comes out, which is a comedy show on YouTube that you can watch, and it's hosted at the Mothership in Austin, Texas, Joe Rogan's club, and it's the biggest comedy podcast that's available ever. And I don't know, it's more of a show. I don't know. I guess it's a podcast. They're treating it like a podcast sometimes, but it's more of a show. It's a comedy show. So last night I sat there and I watched that episode, and holy shit. Like, I'm not a guy that laughs out loud by myself very often. Like, I could watch something that's really, really funny and just continue to keep a straight face and just take in the information, because I don't want to have to scroll back on the video or whatever, or audio, whatever it may be. I don't want to have to go back in time because I was laughing, I didn't hear some part. Usually I can just stay laser focused, enjoy the entire content with a straight face. Is that weird? I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. That is not what happened with this Kill Tony. This Kill Tony podcast I listened to last night on the phone, laying on my belly in my fucking hotel bed. I was busting up laughing the entire fucking time. It's the best episode of Kill Tony. I want to say forever, but I know there's been other ones that are really good. But this one, I don't know, man. It was so fucking good. Go watch it. I'm telling you guys. Go watch it. Kill Tony with Donnell and Schneider. So fucking funny. Such a good show. I'm not even going to tell you about it. You got to go find it. You got to go do it. Funny as fuck. And then I went to bed. I was tired. Anything else going on? Is there anything else going on? Listen to another podcast, the Joe Rogan with Brigham Butler, the guy from Ways to Well. And that's always a really good episode whenever he brings him on, because they always talk about very interesting stuff. And it's really funny to watch Joe Rogan get interrupted, or Joe Rogan is trying to interrupt, and Brigham just walks over him. It's kind of funny to watch, kind of really funny to watch. And then there's also the Kyle Kulinski show, which I don't. I watch him for entertainment mainly. He talks a lot of shit on Joe Rogan, so it's kind of funny to just try to see, because almost everything else that I watch and consume is usually in favor of what I try to listen to both sides. So, anyways, I get on with Kyle Kulinski, and I'm listening to his episode, and he is just on a fucking tirade. He is just not okay with the way anything is ever going on. Now, the history with Kyle Kulinski is he's gone on Joe Rogan, I think, a couple of times. Were friends. So I don't know. He hasn't talked to Joe Rogan face to face, apparently, because I think they could work out some of their disagreements. But anyways, it's really interesting to see him just in his own little fucking fight with the world, and listening to him. But anyways, he was bringing up the Fight Companion episode there close to the end of his episode. I haven't even finished his episode. I was, because he listens to it in clips and stuff. So I was like, I just want to see. I want to listen to the whole thing all together. So usually Fight Companions and whatnot, or MMA podcast, all that stuff, I skip him. You would think with how much Joe Rogan I consume, I'd be like into MMA and whatnot. The only thing I'm into is my son's karate. That's about it. I'm not into. I don't care about the statistics and who beat who in a fight and blah blah blah. And I know a lot of people do, which is fine. But I'm not retaining any of that knowledge. I don't care about sports in general. Like, I really don't care about sports. And it is a flaw that I wish I didn't have, because a lot of people enjoy sports and or talk about sports, and it's a great social tool, is sports and whatnot. I don't have it. I don't care about any fucking sports. Not at all. Not one bit. I live in Kansas City, and everywhere I go, and I don't even live in Kansas City. I live near Kansas City. But it doesn't matter if you live in fucking St. Louis. You're from Missouri. It doesn't matter if you're where at Hayes, Kansas. Let's just say Hayes, Kansas. Really fucking far away. Like, oh, you got to be a Chiefs fan. You got to know every little statistic about the Chiefs. You got to know what they did in the game last night. You got to know what they did last season. You got to know who's on the roster, who scored a goal. You got to know who can kick the baseball the farthest. You got to know who can dribble a soccer ball. You got to know all these things about sports if you live within a certain distance of this, or in the state where the stadium is. I'm not into sports at all. Everywhere I go, they're like, "Where are you from?" It's easy to say Kansas City, because that's the closest area that people from out of town are going to know anything about. They're not going to know about. I don't even want to say any other towns, because I don't want to really give away my certain location, but near Kansas City, south of Kansas City, that's where I'm at. And so yeah, I just said, yeah, show up somewhere out in I don't know, here in Oklahoma, or over in St. Louis, or wherever, or Illinois. Not usually St. Louis, more Illinois. Go over there, they're like, hey, where are you out of? Kansas City. Oh, how about them Chiefs? Like, who? The soccer team? Oh, I mean the baseball team? I don't know. Don't care. Don't want to talk about them at all. I try. Sometimes I try to be polite, and I'm like, yep. Them Chiefs are like, yeah, did you see Patrick Mahomes uh, tackle that guy the other day? No, I actually didn't catch that episode. I was like, oh yeah, I was busy last night. I wish I could say I was busy in the garage working on my truck, but no, I'm watching somebody else work on a truck in a YouTube video. I'm that low. I don't care about sports, man. So it's just I don't know. It's a battle that you're never gonna win. All right, just imagine this is a little. There's probably some scientist that has studied something like this, but let's say you are at a gas station and they're out of gas. And for some reason, you're there at the gas station, and everybody that pulls in there, somebody pulls in and they're like trying to get gas, but you run over to them. And you're like, "Hey, they're out of gas." And then there's usually a little bit of a conversation that goes on there. They're like, "Oh, really? Did they run out?" Or something like that. And you're like, "Yeah, they ran out." And then somebody else pulls up on the other side of the island. You got to go over there and you got to say, hey. And if you're lucky, the guy over on pump 4 is also listening because he just pulled up too. And you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. And you're over there, you're like, hey, they're out of gas. You speak a little loudly so everybody around you within earshot can understand that they're out of gas. And instead of them wasting their time to sit there and try to get gas and it doesn't work, you're just like, hey, they're out of gas. And then they leave. Immediately as they're leaving, somebody else is pulling in. And then it's a never ending cycle. What are you doing here? These people keep coming. They don't stop coming. They keep coming in. And why is it my job to go over there and explain to every single person? It's like, put up a sign at the fucking entrance. We're out of gas. Okay? This isn't my job. I'm not even supposed to be here. Why am I? This is a scenario that is completely fake, but I'm just trying. I've been in a scenario kind of like it. It was more of the gas station was closed. Let me just switch it all up right here. The gas station was closed. The doors are locked. I was there to do a tank cleaning. I show up. I get out of my truck. I walk up, and I see somebody else trying to open the door. They try the left door. They try the right door. They try the left door again. They look in the window. They turn around. They walk off. And then I walk up, and, of course, I am just the same sheep as you, motherfuckers. I try the door, left, then right, then left again, and I look in. And I'm like, why the fuck did I just do that? I just saw this person do that. So, and then somebody else is walking up, and they're trying to get in, and I'm like, they're closed. They're like, oh, really? Why are they closed? It's the middle of the day. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. They're like, do you work here? I'm like, no, I don't work. I'm trying to do work here, but I don't work here. But I'm like working here, but I'm not associated with the gas station. I'm associated with this other company that's also associated with this other company, and I'm just here to clean out these pits over here. And I honestly don't even need to go into the gas station, but it's always a courtesy to go in there. And honestly, I don't need it, but if I can get in there, I can get a little receipt printed off that I need to include with my report, and also explain to these people, that I'm closing down part of their parking lot. And, so that's the first person. The second person walks up and they try the door and they're like, oh, they're closed. I'm like, yeah. They're like, do you work here? I'm like, no. Nope. They're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm cleaning these pits over here. Like, oh, so you don't work for them. you're doing work here. I'm like, yes. And then they walk off. And then another person walks up. And they're like, hey, are they closed? I tried to open the doors. I'm like, I guess they're closed, man. They're like, don't you work here? I'm like, no, I don't work here. They leave. Another guy walks up, tries to, hey, are they closed? Hey, are they closed? Hey, it's an, no, they don't fucking work. I don't work here, man. And eventually you just go back to your truck and you sit there and you watch all these people doing the same exact fucking thing. You're trying to get away. You move your truck away from the doors, park it off to the side, and you got your cones up and shit. So they think that you're working there, but you're not working there. And you're just sitting there and you're watching people try the left door, the right door, the left door again. Look in the window. Look in the window. Next guy walks up, and then that guy gets in his little, he's on his way back to his car, but the other guy is walking up, and they're like, oh, are they closed? And he's like, yeah, they're closed. And he goes up even after being told that they're closed. Not having all of the information he needs to have, he still goes up there, tries the left door, tries the right door, tries the left door again, looks in the window, turns around, walks off. Some lady's walking up, he's like, they're closed. She's like, oh, really? I just need some gas. And then they talk about how the gas pumps are actually still on and working. You can still get gas when the gas station's closed. You don't have to go inside unless you're trying to pay with cash. And then people they start coming up to me. They're like, hey, are they closed? It's like, I don't work here. And that it's I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know why this is getting me all fired up. But yeah, I don't work there. I don't. It's like all these NPCs are walking up, asking the same question over and over, and it's never gonna stop. And honestly, I'm also curious. Like, why are they closed? I work at these places all the time, so I guess I kind of got an idea. I know what the demographic of the people that are working there are. People that don't care about anything at all work inside these gas stations. And sometimes they get a little high and then forget that they're supposed to go to work and open the store. But anyways, what is that thing? What is that thing? What is that? You get stuck in a loop of explaining the same thing to every single person. They're all brand new people that don't know anything about it, but they all need to get a bunch of information out of it. They all try to open the doors. They all look in the windows. They all want to know if I work there. They all want to know what's going on. And I don't know. It's just, I don't even know why I started talking about this. What was I talking about that made me get into this subject? No idea. Anyways, we're just rolling up. We're in Kansas now. We are on I-35, headed north. We are headed straight to my shop. I am empty. I am offloaded. I was rinsed out, washed out. I am done doing things today other than driving. Just going to drive to the shop, fuel up the truck, park it, get on my dirt bike, and head on home. Have not eaten lunch today. Honestly, after learning that I'm just slathering high fructose corn syrup on bleached white bread, it just really doesn't make me hungry. Honestly, makes me a little upset that I bought some blackberry jam that's got real blackberries in it, but it's like, it's got other bullshit in there. Yes. Yes, indeed. You know what would be really cool is if the Battle Creek Games guys sends me an email with the link to the all the shit that I need to create cool maps. And I need to talk to him. I need to talk to him again. Maybe now I can just send him a message. Like, hey, I'm not going to bother you a whole bunch, but is there a way I could just contact you with things that I have concerns about? And also, like, because they said that creating that tundra map, which is pretty cool and intense and large, and tested and vetted and good. It took them 3 months to make that map. Now, I know it's a totally different asset pack that they're using. Their roads, instead of just being the quick connect roads and whatnot, they're like actual, different asset things going on in there. But he said it took 3 months and a whole bunch of money to create that map. So I don't know. I think it's definitely gonna save them money if they have somebody like me do it. And it's like, hey man, just let me. How much does it cost to make a car? How much does it cost to do all that? Can I maybe help you do that? Because I don't know. It's like, this is more of a hobby. I mean, I do like to get paid, but also I will spend hours doing this to play the game and collect no money whatsoever. He did ask me. He's like, have you ever collected, or was there ever any financial incentive for you to play this game, or off of the game, or anything like that? And I'm like, the only thing was YouTube. And I had YouTube. I got a bunch of subscribers. I joined the YouTube content creator program, and then I started receiving tips and ad revenue that over I guess a short period of time. And if I kept doing it, it could have grown to something. But I only got $51. And I actually don't even have access to that $51 because you have to get $100 in order to cash out your money. So I have $50 sitting in an account somewhere that I cannot get. I'm sure if I tried to pursue it and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm done, can I just close my account? I could probably get the money, but it's $50 and it's from 4 years ago. That money has probably costed somebody more than $50 to hold on to. So it's like, just, I don't know, give it to me, or just fucking, I don't know, get rid of it so I don't have to think about it anymore. So I don't know. It's like, should I know my worth, or should I just try to get something? I don't know. It's like, hey, listen, you pay me $100,000 a year, and I will dedicate my life to creating maps and making your game badass. And I will gladly put aside any of my other notions of, not wanting to take Timmy's money. I'll put all that on the wayside. I will help you create anything and everything you'd like. Vehicles included. I want access to the entire game. I want to be able to get in there and not the ads and the other. I just want the content. I want to be able to create the content. Like, I will definitely make the game better. Now this is going to require some training and whatnot, so I don't know. I don't know if that's even a possibility, but yeah, $100,000 a year for the next 5 years. Sign a contract, and I would, send me Send me a computer, all the required programming and whatnot, and I will dedicate my life to Off-Road Outlaws. I will do it. I will do it. It would be so much fun. I don't know if sitting around my house all day would be great, but it would be so cool. Like, do you have any job openings? Is there anything I could do for you? I don't know. I don't know. Is something being put in front of me and I'm just not grabbing it? Is that what's happening here? Is this? I don't know how white collar shit works. Is this white collar? I don't know. This is like, what is tech? What is the tech collar? Blue collar is what I'm doing. White collar is New York fucking people. What is the technology, guys? And it's like, hey, other people could do that. I don't know. With the implementation of AI and whatnot, things can get real fucking hairy nowadays. You know, would it be a good idea to get into an IT or content video or game creator type role, or is that like going away? They're just going to be able to, in the future, they're probably going to be able to like type in Tokyo and just hit generate, and it's going to, you know, take a bunch of information, real world information, out of Tokyo, and this is all just off of, hey, make that a map for this game, and it's just going to take, it's going to go there, it's going to take all the data, and it's going to just do it all by itself, and then create Tokyo. Or it's like, hey, create a map that's in between New York and North Carolina, or some shit like that. Like, just make a map that's like a combination of both, and it'll just do it. And then maybe it'll give you like 3 different options. You're like, I like this one better. Why do I like that one better? I don't know. Click it, and then it just creates a map. And it's gonna be like, hey, make me a Freightliner semi truck with a tanker trailer. Just create it, and it'll just create it, and then make the code and everything, put it in the game, and then you're good. I don't know. I don't know how things are headed these days, you know? I guess, I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm done talking on this podcast. It's been going on. I'm running out of shit to say. I'm going to start repeating myself. So, adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.